Hi, this video is about the Caribou Mathematics Contest. I'm going to show the solution for the May 2014 Grade 9-10 Contest, question 20, which also came up in the Grade 11-12 Contest. So the question is, the terms f1 of x, f2 of x, and so on of a sequence satisfy the relation, which is shown here. Now, what the question is, what is the value of f 2014 of 2014? So now let's see what it says here. So what we are given is there are functions of x. So here, for example, function 1 of x, function 2 of x, all the way up to function 2014 of x, which is what we want to find out, because once we find that out, we can easily substitute in 2014 for x, and then find whatever that value is. So now also what is given to us in this question is that function 1 of x is equal to x. And now we will be using this equation, fn plus 1 of x, which is equal to 1 over 1 minus fn of x. We will be using this equation a lot during the solution because we can use this equation for any value of n. So since we already know what f1 of x is, let's start by finding out what f2 of x is. Alright. Alright. So here we have fn plus 1 of x. So therefore, since n plus 1 must be 2, n will equal to 1. So we have equals to 1 over 1 minus. And then we have fn of x, and since we already said that n is 1, we have f1 of x, which we already know is x. Okay, well, let's move on to the next function, which is f3 of x. Okay, same equation. We have fn plus 1 of x, so we have, since n plus 1 must be 3, n is 2, therefore we have equals to 1 over 1 minus. And then what we have is fn of x, and since n is 2, we have function 2 of x. And here we are already given what function 2 of x is, which is 1 over 1 minus x. So here we have 1 over 1 minus, and then function 2 of x, which is this. Alright, so now this isn't very clear and it's kind of hard to read. So what we will do is get rid of the small denominator by multiplying the whole, this numerator and the whole denominator by 1 minus x. Therefore, 1 times 1 minus x is 1 minus x. And then we have the whole denominator. And then times 1 minus x. Okay. So this is equal to, again, 1 minus x. Then we have 1 minus x times 1, which is 1 minus x. Then we have 1 minus x times 1 over 1 minus x. So they cancel out as just 1. And then we have the minus sign as minus 1. Therefore, we have 1 minus x again, of course, the numerator. And now, 1 minus 1 is 0, so then we just have minus x. And now, to get rid of this minus sign, we will multiply the numerator and the denominator by -1, and we will get x minus 1 over x. And this is a lot easier to read than this, so we will move on to the next function, which is f4 of x. Now we will use the same equation. We have fn plus 1. n plus 1 must be 4, so n must be 3. So we have equals to 1 over 1 minus. And then we have fn of x, and we know that n is 3. So we have f3 of x, which we know right here is x minus 1 over x. So again, we will do the same thing as we did here, and we will simplify this. Since we don't want this small denominator, we will multiply the numerator and the whole denominator by x. So 1 times x is x. And then we have 1 minus x minus 1 over x, the whole denominator, times x. So 1 times x is x. And then x times 1 over x is just 1. So we have minus x, minus in brackets, x minus 1. So again, we have x as the numerator, but now we have x minus x, which is 0. And we have minus 1, which is positive 1. And x divided by 1 is x. So now we have what we wanted to achieve. We have a pattern. Since we know that f1 of x is equal to x, which was already stated from the question, and here we found out that f4 of x is equal to x. So since the difference of 4 and 1 is 3, we know that for every subscript, which is that small number, which is here 4, for every subscript that increases by a multiple of 3, the value will stay the same. Alright, so now what we want to find is f of 2014 of x. So we have 2014 minus 4, which is 2010. So now we will check if 2010 is a multiple of 3. Now, an easy trick to see if a number is a multiple of 3 is to add the digits and see if that sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we know that 2010 is a multiple of 3. And also we know because 2010 is equal to 3 times 670. Alright, so therefore we know that f of 2014 of x must equal to f4 of x. Which we know is equal to x. Alright, well now it's easy because we look at the question and it asks what is f 2014 of 2014, and we know that of x would be x, so that means whatever this number is must also be the value, and since this number is 2014, we know that the value of f 2014 of 2014 must be 2014, which is option A. If you'd like to know more about this contest, please feel free to visit our website at www.brocky.ca/caribou.